Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Kursk battle. This is a battle from the 19th of July, wherein I was using my Challenger 1 Mark II to check out the supposed buffs it had received. As you can see at the bottom, I don't have the APFSDS yet. I was still working on FPE for the old Chally here. So I was glad, at least, that I was driving the Challenger again, because it does have a bit of mobility, at least certainly relative to most of the rest of the British tank tree, for certain. And it was very nice to have these two guys in front of me in their Abrams, the squad of 2, which actually was a squad of 3. So I apologize, because after the battle I talked to them and told them good work to the 2 of you, and realized later on that there were actually 3 of them in the squad, but there were 2 that joined me at the B point and made all the difference in this battle, as you will see, not to spoil anything or anything. But the difference here really is that on this map, if you stop short and camp and let the enemy team get up for... I could not believe I hit him there. That was the second most hilarious long-range driving shot I've had on this map. Didn't quite get the follow-up Hesh round, though. But I managed to score an assist on the KPZ-70 from my first APDS shot, which I thought was crazy. Anyway, the key on this map on domination to victory is definitely the B point. And now that it has all these bushes and grassy green type cover to it, it's much, much easier and much more beneficial to charge for the B point and not sit back and camp. You're a lot less open. The approach is much more well protected from the cap. So you can actually make it to it without being liable to get shot too much on the approach in. And thank goodness for the Challenger, because it actually made it there fast enough to get me a little bit of score for the cap. Now, B is not the only thing you need, obviously. You need to either take one of the other 2 points at least, or keep the enemy from taking 2 of the points. So that's for sure. But B is the most strategically important point here because of the hills. It's very difficult to attack up the hills from either A or C, so if you hold B, it's much easier to defend, and then it's also much easier to then turn around and drive back down to either A or C to retake them near the end of the battle if you don't hold them. So this guy, German tank right up here in front of me, firing away, and watch this beautiful timing on his next shot. Look at that, right before I come around the corner. Surprise! Although it wasn't a Leopard 1A or a Leopard 1, it was a Leopard 2, which is unfortunate. But thankfully, again, these guys charged up with me and took him out, so was able to stop and repair. And watch this. Check this out. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful teamwork. He came up and fired smoke around me, so I had a little bit of cover while I repaired. Amazing. I love these guys. Now, we've got another enemy tank off here to the left firing at us. And he's been marked. I've got a pretty good idea where he is. I'm just about to finish my repair. And unfortunately had to reload because I lost the breech and cannon barrel while I was reloading, but did have a house to hide behind to finish up my reload, which I did. And then push forward to go after this guy up here. And he gets taken out, so no problem. We'll just push the forward edge of the battle up beyond the B point a little bit and use the forward edge of the trees as cover and reverse if I have to. And what's this? Why, it's an enemy KPZ-70. Whoops, dropped my Hesh a little short on him, but while that was a miss, it was a good miss, and by that I mean it hit short of him and threw a bunch of dirt up in front of him, so at least he couldn't get a follow-up shot at me. You can see a second enemy KPZ-70 off there to the right, which turns out to be a T-64 BV. Didn't recognize the rooftop machine gun at first. Got a good hit into him, into his machine gun to at least mark him for the team. Then took a follow-up shot from low angle from the KPZ-70, but it thankfully did no damage. So it appears that the frontal turret armor on the Challenger may in fact be a little bit better. You can see our team has taken the A point and is just starting to push in for C. Most of the enemy team has been wiped out, except for that KPZ-70 that just knocked out our F-80. He didn't miss by much with his bombs, I don't think. He did mark him, but he was just a little off. So my friends in the Abrams squad started pushing forward, and I am sure as heck going to follow them and accompany them and go charge these last couple of tanks hiding behind their ridge line here. Especially when they start shooting at my friends off to my right. Hit me and knocked out my driver, and I got a bouncing shot off of his angled armor there on the side of his turret. But thankfully, he didn't do anything to my gun. It was just my driver. So he switched out fairly quickly, and then I was able to keep the gun right on him, and then backed off a little, hoping that he would pull up looking for the Abrams. And then a new guy got marked, so there we go. There he is. Ah, the RNG of not having barrel alignment on your tank. A little bit of a bounce off the top of that T-64 BV, but it actually detonated some of his ERA blocks, which I thought was hilarious. And now the rest of our team has come up and joined us in the charge, so full speed ahead, boys. Took out the cannon breach on the T-64, and that's pretty much going to do it for him. He's not going to repair in time for all of us coming up, especially not when I put an APDS right through his lower front plate. So our friend over there in one of the Abrams has been set on fire, trying to hurry up and get to the T-64 to, or I mean the KPZ-70 up here to finish him off and save my squad, or no, my teammates in the KPZ. Unfortunately, I lost my breach and then got set on fire by the combo of KPZ-70s here. So that was going to be it for my Challenger 1 Mark II, because after all, I was researching FDE here. Was trying to just get my machine guns up. What a hilarious bomb strike, too. Was trying to get my machine guns up to just keep marking them so our guys knew where to charge and where to look forward, but unfortunately it was not to be. I did manage to score a kill, a couple of assists, and a capture, and we were well on our way to winning this battle. I thought about coming back in the Chieftain Mark X just because it has a talisman, but I figured by the time I even got to where the forward edge of the battle was, it was going to be over. So my best chance was to get there in my Spitfire. I decided to go back in my Spitfire just because it's not spaded out. So the two guys from the 3-man squad are back in F-86Fs, which was pretty sweet, and they each took out one of the KPZ-70s, so good work to them again. And I just made a spinning chase in on this Russian plane. Thought for sure I was going to die on that tree there. Managed to pull off. I knocked out the rudder on the Yak-9T, but that was it. And then I lost sight of him down low. But the F-86Fs sure saw him, so that was that. So there we go. Spot an enemy SPAA. Punched off my rockets from far out just to harass him, and it turns out I actually hit him directly with one. Fired him off and immediately turned away because that going after an SPAA in a propeller plane is not generally a survivable thing to do. But in this case, the rockets actually managed to make contact with him, and that's going to do it pretty much every time if you make direct contact with somebody. So after that, it was just mark the enemies that are spawning and let our guys finish them off, because they're right up at the forward edge of the ridge line there, and nobody's going to make it past our guys now. So now it's just a matter of spot them and get the assists I can get and wait for the tickets to bleed out, and this was a very good battle. If you stop back short of B and you try and camp and win, it's very difficult. If you push up to B and take it, or at least fight there, you give yourself so much better chance of winning on Kursk, on domination anyways. Or conquest if the cap happens to be at the center village there, which it is sometimes. As you can see demonstrated here, that's a very, very reliable way to win Kursk. I feel bad for these poor guys stuck back in their spawn. I really do. But I feel worse for my poor Spitfire. Just came in a bit low and clipped the tree. But hilariously, somehow my Spitfire, like, didn't completely detonate. I thought it was actually going to come to a rest sitting up, but I just barely ran out of time and my poor tumbling airplane. So I came back in the Wyvern, but I was pretty sure there was no chance I was going to make it back to anything to bomb. So mostly just not skipping ahead just for the sake of showing the complete battle here. And it's not that long of a battle anyway. Went really well. Pulled off a bunch of assists between the Challenger and the Spitfire strafes, so... Excellent job by the team, and very lovely, I finished off the FPE for my Challenger, which means I can start researching the APF SDS, so that's the current grind. Excellent job by that squad of 3 there who got the best squad. Well done to all of them. Well done to the entire team. And there's the awards, and there's the battle log. Not terribly exciting in the battle log, but there's a lot of assists there, plus a capture that you don't see, so... That'll do for today. Don't forget, the next time you get a domination on Kursk, don't let the enemy team take the B point and hide in all those bushes and trees. We'll see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this one. Have a great day, everyone, and thanks for watching.